This past week on the 1 day time frame on GBP/USD, we predicted a down move here. We said that we're expecting a down move here. If you watched our previous forecast, that's a movement that we talked about. We said we're expecting a drop here, like this, slightly breaking this previous low here, So that is what we focused on GBP/USD, and you can see on the 1 day, that's exactly what we're getting. We're getting this drop. We're expected to go lower and break this previous low. We even went on to the 4-hour time frame and then broke down structure from there. We say we're expecting a drop here. That's one thing that we talked about. We said we're expecting a drop here on GBP/USD. Feel free to go to our previous video and just check that out to confirm. So as you can see, that's exactly what we're getting. We're getting this drop here. Now, one thing to look out for here, expect something that looks like this. Maybe just a small pullback and then one more down. That's very, very, very possible. However, direction is up from now. We're looking forward to getting an up move. So if you're looking forward to trading this, be alert for an up move anywhere around the zone here. Be alert for an up move. So we might get that up move anytime soon. Just be ready for that. So we might get something like this here. Might get an up move, corrective structure, up move, corrective structure, then up move. If you know how to trade this, you can go for that and trade it. And just be careful here. While trading this. And notice there is an impulse, and what we'll be getting here, there's an impulse, and what we'll be getting here is just one big correction from this impulse wave here. So after we get this structure, we'll be updating you. But just keep in mind, we might just get a small corrective structure here, then one more drop up to around this area. Be careful on that. That's on GBP/USD. So let's just move on to the 1 hour time frame and just check out what's happening there. Still, just keep in mind, we might get this impulse move here and then maybe one small drop, but eventually we're looking forward for an up move here. So be on the lookout for that. This is NZDJPY. Now for NZDJPY, we did focus a corrective structure here. We said we're expecting a corrective structure and then one more up, possibly breaking this previous high here. Then we might head down. So just be on the lookout for that. This is on the 1 day time frame. Let's just go to the 4-hour time frame and be a little clear on it. We focused at that. After we've gotten this is what we got. Actually, we got this past week. We had price up to around this area, and we see that we're expecting a corrective structure here, and then eventually price has to move up, breaking this previous high, and that's still intact. Structure is still intact, even though we're having kind of like an extension here, but structure is still intact. Don't be deceived and think that price is now heading down. Okay, there's a possibility, there's always a chance price can head down more, but according to structure here, we're looking forward for an up, breaking this previous high. So for you, if you're looking forward to getting an entry for a buy as a day trader, look out for a buy here. Let's go to the 1 hour time frame and just check out what's happening there. On the 1 hour time frame, that's what we're getting. Structure, we have an impulse move here, and then this is one big corrective structure. So here we got an up, we got a drop. So be on the lookout. Anywhere from here we might get an impulse, then corrective structure, then that's how we will be heading up. So be on the lookout for an up move here. It can also give a corrective structure like this and break low one more time before heading up, but eventually we're looking for an up move here. That's on NZDJPY. This past week on EURCD, we did focus to you that we're expecting a corrective structure here. Now corrective structures, they come in different forms. Now the corrective structure that we're getting here will move like this: up, down, up, and then we're going to get something that looks like a corrective structure here, and then up, and then we're going to have one big drop here, breaking this previous low or breaking this previous low like this. So price would give an impulse, would move down, up, down, then up, then drop, breaking previous low and breaking previous low like that. So this will just move up to around this area here. So it will just be one it will move like a wedge, then break lower up to around this area, and then from here we'll be looking forward for an up move. That's would probably break this previous high here and break all these previous highs here like that. We're looking for an impulse, and then we're looking for a wedge here, and then a drop here, breaking this previous lows, and then moving higher. So this drop here, it can even move low up to around this area here before heading up. So that is what you should expect on EURCD. Now this is the 1 day time frame, so let's just shift lower to the 4 hour and see what's happening there. So from this point of view, this is what we're still expecting. We're still expecting price to shift lower a little bit here like that before heading higher. So this is up, we're getting a wedge, something that looks like a wedge here. Just notice your structure here. So expect either price to give a slight corrective structure here, then drop, but price is expected to break this lows. Price is expected to break this lows, and then head up, give a similar move to this one from around this area here. So be on the lookout for that. And also one thing to be aware of is that there's still a chance that we might even get one more up, breaking this previous high and then getting down up to around this area. Whatever I say that would happen here, if we decide to go this route, whatever I say that would happen here, it would happen at this point here, lower, breaking this previous lows here up to around this area and then heading up like that. So this similar move will still get it here. If price decide to go this route, this move would still come, but it would be delayed. And if price decide to shoot from here, get this move from here and then drop, we'll still get the same move here, but we'll still get it here. That's on Euro CAD. So let's just move on to the 1-day time frame and then see what's happening there. The 1-day time frame is a little messy here. It's a little messy, but from around this area you can expect to get a corrective structure like this and then maybe a drop up to around this area. So be on the lookout for that. Then from here we might just break this previous low, So on the one, this is Euro GBP. Now for Euro GBP, you'll remember, you guys, from this past week we say that we're expecting price to correct and then give a drop like this, This is Euro GBP. Now for Euro GBP, you guys, you remember we had price around this area. We say that price is expected to kind of like give a corrective structure here and then get a drop here like this, corrective structure and then get a drop. But instead of giving a corrective structure, price decided to just shoot up like that. So we didn't get this corrective structure. So this was a trade you're supposed to avoid, because the corrective structure was the one that was supposed to signal to you a drop here. So right now, since structure has now chosen to go this route, let's just break lower to the 4-hour time frame and see what's happening, then break down structure for you from that point of view. So if we look into this current structure here, we have an impulse and then we have a wedge here, impulse and then wedge, and then we got a drop. Price is heading up. So from here it looks like price decided to redo this movement, a follow-up of this movement here, a continuation of this particular movement here. And this is our wedge here. We have an impulse, we have a wedge here, and then we got a drop, and that this is we're getting expanding flag here. So price is now heading up from here. Let's go back to the 1-day time frame and see the bigger view of this and see what's happening right there. So if we look into this structure, breaking down structure, looking at what was happening here, going back here, we have an impulse move, and then we're getting this as a corrective structure. So expect a wave down, breaking this previous low up to around this area soon. So we might get some manipulation here, but after getting this manipulation, expect structure to push down here. Expect structure to push down. It can either be in a form of an impulse or in a form of a corrective structure. If it's a corrective structure, expect it to move like this, and then if it's a corrective structure moving down like this, expect an up move here, expect an impulse move. Now these are possible routes that structure can take. I'm not dictating that price would go this way, but I'm telling you, if this happens, then expect this. If this happens, then expect this. Now here, if we get a corrective structure, expect a movement breaking this previous high, and then we'll get one big drop like this. Are you getting that? And this would be our one big impulse, and then this would be a big corrective structure, and then we'll get another drop, and then this would be one big corrective structure here. I mean, this would be one big impulse move, and then this would just be our one big corrective structure. So this would just be impulse correction, you see now. But this is more likely to happen in the later stage. So I was just breaking down for you so that you're able to kind of understand what is really happening here. But going back to the 4-hour time frame, expect either price to give either a corrective structure here and then up, or price can give an impulse and then corrective structure and then down, corrective structure, down, like that. So that's on the 4-hour time frame. Let's shift to the 1 hour and see what's happening there. On the 1 hour, let's see this. We have an impulse here. On the 1 hour, expect a drop here. Expect a drop. Corrective structure, drop. Corrective structure, drop. this is a possible movement that we can get. There's a chance that it might not go this deep, but this is the structure that we're expecting on the 1 hour. It can just move like this, and then move like this. So just be aware of that. But this is the structure that we're expecting on the 1 hour time frame. I cannot focus as of now how deep it will go, but expect a drop. This is NZD USD. Now for NZD USD, this is how structure is moving. So for NZD USD, we're expecting price to give, since price was here, we're expecting price to give a drop. Now look at this. We just took out some previous highs, and then we're getting a drop. So expect price to move even lower, breaking this previous low just as we had forecasted. This is for NZD USD. Expect price to break this previous low just as we had forecasted, and then here we're expecting price to move up and down like this again up to around this area. So this is on the 1 day time frame. We're focusing on the 1 day time frame, and then later we can get this up move here like that, just like that. So let's move to the 4 hour time frame and see what's happening there. Now on the 4 hour time frame, we had this impulse move. We had something that looked like a wedge here, and I think we talked about that. This movement on the previous video. Yes, we talked about that. And then we're getting a drop. This drop was expected, breaking previous low, breaking previous low, breaking previous low. So around this area, just expect some little pullback here. It can either be just a tiny pullback, and then we get a corrective structure up, corrective structure up like this. It's a possible move. We can move up to around this area, then head lower again like that. So let's just go into the 1 day time frame so that I confirm something from that point of view. If at all we get such a movement, we have impulse up, corrective structure, impulse up, corrective structure, and impulse up, like we just talked about in the 4 hour time frame. If price decides to go with this route, up, corrective structure, up. If price decide to go with that route, know that we are getting a little change of structure. This would be a wedge. We'll be getting something like this. And then later get one big drop like this, breaking previous low, breaking previous low. So price would have chosen to go with this particular structure: up, wedge, then big drop. Now this is a form of a structure in wave analysis, which price can still follow. However, if price decides not to go with this route, this is the route that price is going to follow. Let me show you. When I get a corrective structure here, then break lower like that, breaking this previous low, and then up move, corrective structure, breaking this previous low again, possibly breaking this previous low again like that. Now there's a lot that goes into detail. Now I'm on the 1 day time frame, so I can't really demonstrate much. So let's just shift over to the 4 hour and see what's happening there. Let's go to the 1 day, 1 hour. So there's just one sharp movement. I can't focus this, so we'll just move on to the next time. We'll just move on to the next pair. This is USD CHF on the 1 day time frame. Remember, USD CHF, we focused on an up move. We say price is supposed to move up like this, up like this, up like this, up like this. So that's a movement that we talked about. We are expecting price to move up, breaking this previous high. That's on the 1 day time frame. So we're still expecting more up here. Even though we might just get a little bit of turbulence here, we're expecting price to head up, just as we focused on in the previous week. Let's shift to the 4 hour and see what's happening there. Still on the 4 hour, we still talked about a movement up. So expect corrective structure and then up, or this we can get a small impulse down, corrective structure down, and then head up. So this can neither be in a form of a correction or a pullback, or we might have just a little one instead of going deep and then head up like that, depending on the pressure that is exerted from the guys pushing the price up. We can get price moving up either from around here. We can get price going a little deeper, then still heading up like this. That's on USD CHF. Let's shift on to the 1 hour time frame and see what's happening there. Oh, look at this. We just got one big move up, like that. So I can't really share much here, but looking at how things are, expect a pullback like this. Then we can either break up, breaking this previous high, and then maybe going down again. This might just take out this previous high and then go down for a pullback, maybe to around this area or to around this area. Is unknown as of now, but price will eventually head up. So that's on USD CHF. This is GBP JPY. Now for GBP JPY, this previous week we focused it that this is GBP JPY. Now this previous week we had GBP JPY around this area here, and we forecasted a down move here. We forecasted a down move here on GBP JPY, and as you can see, we just moved drop like this up to around this area. So from here, be careful, because there's just as we forecasted in the beginning, we forecasted that would be moving down. So expect something like this, and then drop like that, just as we forecasted. Expect a drop, and the drop is expected to look something similar to this, or something similar to this, from around this area here. So just be expectant of that. Also be careful here, because we might get this corrective structure going a little deeper, then heading down like this. But still, this down move is expected, either from here, or getting a deeper correction, then moving down like that. This impulse move is expected, so just be on the lookout for that during this week. That's on the 1 day time frame. Let's just shift on to the 4 hour and then see what's happening there. On the 4 hour, let's just have a look here. So this previous week we had price around this area, so we say that we're expecting price to give an impulse here, then maybe a corrective structure, then another impulse. So there was a lot of pressure to the downside. Look at this, we just got a little impulse, a little corrective structure, and then move down. We're expecting a corrective structure here, and then price should move down. So this is how structure was: down, let me just redo that, down, correction, and then down, correction, and then down. That's how price was expected to move. We're expecting price to give that kind of a structure, but we got down, correction, and then down, and then the correction is just a little one here, because the pressure was too much on the downside. Then we got down like that. But from here, be on the lookout. We might be moving up correctively like that, and then eventually get a big drop, or just get a small corrective structure here and then get a big drop from here. So if you want to trade the big drop, just be careful here. Just notice how price structure moves. If for example, you go to the 1 hour time frame, let's just read structure from that point of view and see what's happening there. Now you see we got an impulse here, and then we got a little down move, corrective structure, drop, let me just read that again. Little down move, corrective structure, drop, corrective structure, drop, and then from here up move like that, up move. So we might get this, and then maybe get the repetition of this somewhere here, and then up move, and then get one big drop. That's the one big drop that we're talking about from this point here, breaking low and breaking low. That's the big drop that we're talking about on GBP JPY.